This video is sponsored by Bitcoin. Everybody loves cryptocurrency, right? Feels legit, right? Like you're not being scammed at all, right? Right? Okay, so if you're my dad and you happen to be watching this video, I'm sorry that I lied to you about what happened. I just need you to not think that I am a total failure. So here it is. Here's the truth. And to everyone else who's watching this video, I want to begin by cautioning you. When you are searching for an apartment, vet your landlord heavily. Unless you're running from an apartment complex or somewhere that you can physically go. Because guys, gals, and non-binary pals, this is how I almost got scammed. Picture this. It's, the end of April, beginning of May. We've been quarantined for a number of weeks at this point, but I can still remember when it began, and I can still recall what I had done in the last 6 months. Please do not ask me that now. I have literally no idea what I've been up to. I was full of so many emotions. I mean, none of us really knew what was going on, and it was kind of like a new story changing every day. After all, I was deciding to move on with the rest of my life, and surely this wouldn't be around for too long. Right? So I began searching for an apartment, anything that I could find in Atlanta that I could afford on practically zero income.
Okay, so what I should have said, it was more like no income at the start, because like obviously I'm not gonna have any money when I first come down here, and I'm not gonna have any income, but that's what I meant, and we continue.
I wish this was a joke, but it really do be like this sometimes. Hated that. So I come across this absolutely gorgeous rental in Midtown Atlanta. It's a studio with 448 square feet, so it's like just enough space for just me. The best part, it's $950 a month with utilities included. Suspicious yet? Well, that's not fair, because I already warned you that this video is about being scammed, and I was being optimistic at the time, so just give me that. So I submitted my contact info and continued searching, but I could not stop thinking about how perfect this apartment would be for me. Did I mention that it's gonna be fully furnished? Yeah. Like all the furniture that you see in these pictures, that was gonna be mine, which is so dope. About a week later, I get an email from a woman named Jennifer Aroner. She says that she's a retired stockbroker who owns the unit, so there's like, money is not really an issue for her. That's not why she's in this. And that she's looking for someone who is going to take good care of the unit. Stop getting suspicious. I can feel you being suspicious. Jesus, I was optimistic. So I gave her a rundown of who I am.
Blah, blah, blah. I want to be an actor who happens to have a degree in human biology. You know how it is.
And I will give myself some credit here, because in this email, I did ask for a FaceTime or Zoom walkthrough of the unit. She emails me back and informs me that she does a 2-week trial period, Airbnb, HomeAway, or TripAdvisor. She says she wants to see how you'll keep the apartment before you sign a long-term agreement. Okay, that's interesting, but kind of dope, right? I mean, I sign up with Airbnb, pay them $950. If at the end of the 2 weeks it doesn't work out for her or I would get the money back. Okay, now that I know how this ends, this does sound way more suspicious than I thought it would, but also, you know what, I'm just gonna give you a second to be suspicious with me. You good? Okay. But as new information began to come out in the next couple of weeks, we began to understand what we were actually dealing with. We began to understand fully how long the virus was actually going to be around, and that this wasn't something that was gonna blow over. So I decided to, at the least, take a pause on my moving plans, and I did a lot of thinking, and I discussed this with my friends, my roommates, my sister. But I knew at the end of the day the decision came down to me. And you all know the rest of the story is why I decided to move. If you don't, you can watch that. So it was go time, and it was time to pick up where I had left off. Now, I hadn't emailed Jennifer in over a month, and I also hadn't heard from her. What are the odds that this amazing apartment is still available? So we get started. I fill out her little form and we book the Airbnb. Now here's where the weirdest part comes in. She tells me this: "You must know that I have deactivated the card and PayPal payment methods because of the previous tenant tried to pay with a stolen credit card, and I was unable to rent until the problem was solved. Airbnb proposed as a beta service the payment through Bitcoin." This is the point where I was like, what? She says it's a very secure form of payment and has attached a photo of her passport for transparency. So I did a little research on Bitcoin and Bitcoin ATMs and how all that works, and I decided to go for it. I find the Bitcoin ATM and it asks me which cryptocurrency I want to buy and how much of, and then it says stop. if you are paying for blah, 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 Airbnb, you are being scammed. And I said, what? I pull up the email from Jennifer because at the end of every single email that she sent me, she has like a set signature, and includes like a signature, a picture of her email address, her phone number, and a link to her LinkedIn, and randomly a quote from Benjamin Franklin. It's not important, but I do need you to know that. So I call her, no answer. Well, not even no answer, the call doesn't go through. I shoot her an email and tell her that I have some questions that I would like to answer over the phone. In the meantime, I decide to do some more digging. I pull up her LinkedIn profile. Says that she is who she says she is. She's got the experience that she says that she does, 140 so connections, but anyone can fake that, right? So I decide to Google her name. The first thing that pops up is not this LinkedIn profile that she's given me. It's not her Facebook profile. It's an article on the many ways that you can be scammed apartment hunting. Actually, when I decided to make this video, I looked her up again, and the first thing that pops up now is a Reddit posting talking about another person who has been scammed by this same, like the person underneath this name, but for some $800 condo somewhere. So now I'm fully aware of what just about happened, and I'm like so shocked and like upset that I was almost dumb enough to fall for it. Like, I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. Like, Jennifer, you gotta try a little harder, please. I mean, the emails I got from Airbnb are scary similar to ones that I have from the one Airbnb I've ever booked in my entire life a year ago. The cherry on top of this shit cake is that she almost got away with it too. She's obviously perfected the scam and is probably making so much money of poor suckers just like me who live out of state. To this day, I continue to get emails from Airbnb of an invoice saying that I still owe them their Bitcoin. Or, get this, pay them in Target gift cards. So what I mean to come from all of this is learn from my almost very big, expensive mistake. Research the hell out of someone you plan to rent from. Don't pay for Airbnb in Bitcoin. And if you're gonna scam someone, well, good luck, Jennifer. Good night. She said, she shells. She says, she says, okay. She says, I can't.